Hi everyone, this is our weekly update number 3. Back in the green room, and hopefully not as many people are watching this live, specifically my husband, who I know is cooking right now. And so he will not be commenting on where his tennis shoes are, but thank you to him because he keeps the humor alive. This post I wanted to talk about being a mom, and then also thank you to all the people this week, as well as just give an update on where we're at. So since we're talking about being a mom, I decided what better thing to have than have my little son here with me, my pride and joy. This has definitely been the hardest thing ever. I can't even imagine being in a harder place than having a 7-month-old in daycare who gave me a chest cold and trying to balance everything. That's been a really difficult thing, and I think a lot of moms that I've spoken to who are having this say, you know, it's a blessing, but at the same time, it's exhausting. I'm so fortunate because I have my family here with me, staying over the weekends and assisting with night times because he's growing. But then also just, you know, what am I supposed to be cooking him? How often is he supposed to be eating? He had to change over to formula. I was breastfeeding him 8 times, 7 times a day. And he's quite the chunk. Like, he's kind of big. We'll have a little moment right now, but it's, he's not hurting for any lbs. But anyways, he is my cutie pie though, and so it seems like he's doing fine, but, I worry, does he go to the bathroom? When's he gonna go to the bathroom? Do his poops look okay? Does he have pink eye again? All these things go through my mind, and I think it's really difficult, and I'm really appreciative of everyone who understands that aspect and kind of remembers how it is like just to talk to me about mom stuff, because when all this is said and done, I hope to just be a mother. That's really what I hope, because honestly, I hate the fact that I think about, ooh, should I be resting for treatment, or should I be helping my son when he wakes up and my husband when he wakes up at 4 a.m.? Those are things that are really difficult, but also, things that I'm thankful about, because they come home and this little peanut's here. One of the hardest times for me this past week was actually my husband had a ton of energy and was lifting to the left and the right and the left, and James was just loving it. And he's like, this is my thing with him. And I was doing it. And he goes, no, you need your own thing, as a joke. And I was like, I don't know if I have the energy to do my own thing though anymore. And that was really difficult for me. The fact that, I'm always somebody who has a ton of energy, and I'm just so fearful that he's going to try to somehow remember that. Oh my God, mom was in bed that day, really tired, or she was bummed and didn't want to, play with me or make a silly face. So, anyways, that's where we're at right now. Another thing to talk about is the fact that it's really hard to wean fast, especially when you had a biopsy. So we'll give you an update on where we're at. So last Sunday, I was saying that I had to go in for a biopsy on Tuesday, just to make sure that the cancer wasn't in my left breast. I said it wasn't a big deal, because it's just cancer again, but it was really concerning for me, the idea that the cancer could have spread to another breast, or not spread, but it was another cancer. And so it's well, what the heck's going on in my body? This is the joys of having a 7-month-old. What the heck's going on in my body that's causing me, I'll just lift him back here, that's causing me to have, this occur, that not only did it go in one breast, but now it's in 2 breasts. What the heck? So Monday we met with the doctor. I was staged at 2B, and depending on if it had spread, they would have upgraded me to stage 2B multi-locations or stage 3. But I had an amazing staff on Tuesday, and it was amazing, the difference between my first biopsy and my second biopsy. I literally went into an MRI machine, and they took photos of, my left breast and imaging, and then I wasn't allowed to move, and then it was almost like a computer actually controlled and made the incision and took the biopsy out. So anyways, here you go, James. Took the biopsy out, and then I was called 2 days later, and it came back clear, yay. For anybody who sits around me at work, I started crying, because it was the best news I'd received in a really long time, and it was kind of hanging over my head as I was going into chemo on Friday, just thinking about that. But yeah, I know. Yes, thank God, right? It's come here, break. So anyways, the staff was amazing. For those who haven't gotten a CT before, it's really not that scary. Like, I'm not one for closed-in spaces. Like, I didn't like cruise ships because I can't get off of them. I'm not a big fan of getting stuck in elevators, which I have been. And they're really not bad. Like, the staff's really nice. Got a little thing that you can alarm if you don't like them. They let you listen to your jams if you want to. It's really not that bad. Wednesday and Thursday were kind of relaxed dates. Thursday, I left work about an hour and a half, 2 hours early, and it was pouring rain. And for those who saw my post, I got out as quick as I could because I really wanted to go in the rain and just, I don't know, just feel it hit me. It was just like one of those moments where it was like, oh my God, I don't know the next time it's going to be in my hair, the rain is going to be in my hair, and I'm going to get melted on. I probably looked like a ninny because I was sobbing because I was so grateful that the cancer wasn't in my left breast too. Friday, we had the chemo, the dreaded chemo. My aunt told me this, and I really want to share it. The idea that she said, think of the chemo as baby Yodas that have lifesavers that are striking down your cancer. And thus far, I really like that. My husband and I also have an amazing handshake that we do before going into every chemo and every other doctor's meeting now to kind of pump us up. We're still kind of working on it, but he let me add a little flair to it, so I really appreciate that. But it was really nice. I posted some photos. The facility was great. Everybody was really friendly. The staff there was amazing. And one of the best things the nurses did was she was like, I'm not going to tell you any of the side effects. There's a ton. There's a ton of side effects. Like for chemo, there's a ton of side effects. I'm not going to tell you any. Just tell me if you feel different. Best thing ever. Because I didn't go in there being like, oh my God, I wonder if I'm going to turn into a tomato or if I'm going to like hyperventilate or I'm going to have a panic attack. I kind of just let it be. And I was grateful because Lauren Rysick and Mandy Pinko also came to visit me. If you remember, Lauren's the one that got me into this doctor in the first place, who I'm calling my guardian angel, and Mandy's just an amazing friend. And she came to visit, and it was a lot of fun. Anyways, other than that, we did that. We got the Red Devil or whatever they call it. Again, why do they need to have these awful connotations and names in the Cancer Society? Why can't we get away from that? Like, who wants to take like the red poison or the Red Devil, which is what they call the A drug that they're giving me. It can make people really nauseous, I guess. So anyways, he's kind of distracting me. But anyways, it was good. It was fine. We walked out of there. We went to eat at Little Italy afterwards. From all of the drugs, I am kind of getting nauseous from the steroid drugs. But that's about it. I'm also learning not to push myself. So today, my girlfriend Sarah came over right as I was about to take a nap because this little one hadn't been sleeping that well. And so anyways, just as she was about to come in, I had fallen asleep. And right when she walked in, I knew I probably should go right back to sleep. But instead, I tried to push it. And instead, that's when I started feeling like nauseous and anxious and like, oh my God, is this how I'm going to feel all the time? So I took an hour and a half nap. Told her I had to, I'm sorry, I can't do this. And she's like the most amazing friend ever. Totally got it. And, with that, I took a nap and took a shower. And this is where I am at now. And I feel great. So, or I guess great, but, nauseous, scared, like a little upset stomach. My tastes have definitely changed a little bit, I'd say. But I'd kind of put it on like pregnancy on roids. That's kind of how I'd put it. I'm a little bit tired. I kind of feel a little bit like, oh my God, squirrel, like what's happening next? And trying hard to concentrate on being in the moment. And then, of course, just getting thirsty, dehydrated, things like that. But I have got an amazing staff. I met with a nutritionist on Friday. I go to acupuncture Tuesday to help out with everything. So with that, thank you. Please look at the Caring Bridge. I updated when I was going to be getting my treatments, also the lifting up, Laura page has more details too, but I think the most important thing is that I hate getting texts that say, how are you feeling? And I'm sure that any other person who's ill probably feels the same way. I just want to hear about how your day is. Tell me something funny that's going on in your life. My girlfriend Amber is showing me her son's temper tantrums. I really like that. I really like just hearing about what's going on in your life. And then if I respond saying, I feel really shitty, then you'll know. But if I respond back right away and say, I feel great, then, you know, that's good. But I think that that would be one of my suggestions as a learning point, is that, like, constantly being asked, how are you feeling? What's going on? Makes somebody, especially like me, go, oh my God, I don't know. Am I supposed to be turning into a blimp right now? I don't know. So anyways, that's just a little comment. And for those of you that have asked me, how am I doing? Try to check the Caring Bridge. And if you haven't heard from us, it's probably good, because if not, I would make Michael update it. Anyways, we love you very much. Again, the hardest thing I'd say is this weaning and the fact that there's milk pouring out of the incision in my left breast. Sorry, TMI for men, but if you have wives that have breastfed, this is one of the hardest things ever. My port was excellent. It worked out great. And we were just really grateful for all the love, all the people that just drop things off and leave, all the packages of sunshine we just got from Kim Ullman, our next door neighbor, the tomato trees from aunts, the books, the coloring books. No more coloring books, you guys. James can't even color that many coloring books. We're not that good, but we love you so much, and thank you so much for your support. And we're hoping that, you know, this week we'll rest and we'll get through days 4 through 7, which are supposed to be lulls for me, when I'm supposed to be feeling more tired, and then I'm able to go to work and complete full work days. And so with that, we love you. Keep James in your prayers, and we'll be thinking of you guys. Thank you.